with Mike Merritt, co-owner of Rimol Greenhouses, in his high tunnel, and we're discussing irrigation options. When you build a high tunnel, it may not always be obvious, but you've created a desert inside and you need to have some sort of irrigation. There are a couple of different options you can do. Right now we're talking about drip irrigation systems. And Mike personally installed this system, and I wanted to ask him how, what he considered in doing it and how it all works.
Well, the first thing you got to have is a water source. I have a well, and the pump on the well has to have a minimum temperature or pressure, and it needs to be a good source of water quality wise, so it'd be a good idea to get it tested. I have that water coming up to the high tunnel, and the first thing it sees is a filter and a regulator, pressure regulator, to get it down to the appropriate pressure for this system. I also have a manifold that I got at a home improvement store that allows me to separate into 4 separate zones.
Great.
One's the high tunnel, one could be a back garden, the other one could be a front garden. It also has a timer on it, a digital timer that you can also get for a little bit of money at a home improvement store. And it is completely automatic.
Great.
I set it for a starting time and a run time, and it does all the work.
Great. And so you have these drip tapes. That's sort of why it's called a drip system. And it appears to me that depending on which crop you have in here, you're able to insert different tapes down along the length of the bed. And you can rearrange this depending on what crop you have.
Right. It depends on what you're growing. And there's a lot of different approaches. The key is to provide the required amount of water to that particular plant at that particular stage of its growth.
Right.
So that'll determine what type of drip tape you get and how you lay the drip tapes out. In this particular example, I have 2 rows of tomatoes, and I have placed a drip tape on either side of each row. As the plants grow and they produce fruit, then I will increase the amount of water accordingly as it gets hotter as well.